time I remember this story, it warms my heart. When a mother's heart realizes that it is not only people who protect and care for her child, her faith in love is strengthened once again. When our son Arthur was born, there was someone else in the house besides us. Thor, a big, burly Doberman. To an outsider, he may have been scary, but to us, he was not just a dog, he was a family member, and he was one of the real heroes of this story. Thor never forgot the first day Arthur came home. Even I sometimes forget the details of that day, but Thor, he approached the crib softly, as if he knew the importance of the moment. His eyes seemed to say, "Who is this?" But there was no threat in them. There was only curiosity and silence. My wife and I looked at each other, puzzled, but with a strange peace inside. The respect Thor had for our son from day one, I don't think any dog could ever give. Maybe some people reading this sentence will say exaggeration, but if you saw it through the eyes of a mother, you would understand. You would have really understood. At that moment, my heart felt like it was going to burst. Arthur wouldn't leave his room, even when he was playing with toys. He felt as if he had to protect him all the time, like a big brother. He was with him in the kitchen, in the garden, everywhere. Once he even tried to make food with his own hands for Thor to eat. And then he made him eat it with his own hands. Some things can't be told. They can only be experienced. If you have experienced such a moment, write about it in the comments. We love to talk about these miraculous bonds, but it didn't stop at babyhood. As Can grew up, so did his relationship with Thor. By the time he was 3 years old, it was as if a language had formed between them, not a bond. The moment he opened his eyes in the morning, he would ask where Thor was. "Mommy, where is Thor?" And he wouldn't eat breakfast until he got the answer. During the day, they would run and play together all over the house. She always wanted to hold his leash when we went out. Even when Arthur went out with his father, he would go out on the balcony and watch them, as if he was ready to protect them from afar. In the evenings, Arthur would give Thor his hands to lick. He loved it so much he would lie on the floor laughing. Sometimes he would whisper his own baby words in his ear as he held out his hand. And Thor, he just listened. He would just listen. My wife also admired that bond. Every time she witnessed the relationship between our son and our dog, her eyes would fill with tears and she would tell me, "We really have become a family." We would all be sitting together watching TV, and suddenly Arthur would start laughing, and Thor would be scared of him. Then he would immediately chase Thor and try to catch him. Thor's influence on Arthur was not limited to play. Arthur became a braver, more sociable boy. He approached other children in the neighborhood with confidence because he always had someone behind him who loved him. And that love was unconditional, not only from us parents, but also from Thor. If this sentence made you smile, leave a like. Your support in spreading stories like this is invaluable. Time passed, and Arthur was 4 years old. His sentences were clear now, but he and Thor still spoke quietly. One day, my son said, "Mom, isn't Thor my brother?" I smiled. "Yes, son, he is your brother, but in a version you can't speak." From that day on, he just called him my brother Thor. And I prayed every night, and I said, "God, thank you for sending such a beautiful companion for my son." Thor is still with us. He may be a little older, but Arthur is still the first one to wake up in the morning and ask where he is. And I still sneak a peek into their room every night, thankful for the way they sleep. If you've watched the video this far, you too have witnessed such a friendship. Please share your story with us. Write it in the comments. Maybe one day your story will give hope to someone else. And remember, sometimes the most powerful thing that protects a child can be a pair of brown eyes watching them silently.